What is going on with all of my people of social media? I am D Venom along with Feathered Friends. Thank you guys so much for joining us in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery. Any amount of your guys' positive energy shown on not just this social media platform, but all of my social media platforms are always welcomed. And with that being said, let's get into addiction, relapse, and recovery. All right, you guys, I have a couple of announcements to make before I head up to my 12-step meeting. And speaking of 12-step, this Friday, which I believe is the 20th, I will be 60 days clean from methamphetamine. If I can make 60 days clean from methamphetamine, I can easily do a year without touching that damn drug, and so can you guys. Also, I noticed that we have a new tribe member. Thank you very much for joining this particular tribe and sharing your positive energies and your light amongst us. It's people such as yourself that keep this particular platform active and going. Please go tell other M Crescent Moon family members out there to come join this tribe today. We need your light and energies. Again, thank you very much. Also, you guys have been rocking with me for some years, and I noticed that my platform here on YouTube has had a birthday. This is how long I've been at my YouTube platform. Anyway, I am taking addiction, relapse, and recovery very seriously to the point where I'm going to brand it. I'm also going to brand LLS, Love, Light, and Support of oneself and each other. And of course, my t-shirts in the beginning are going to be simple, but there's going to be a lot of thought into my shirts. I'm not going to present something that's going to be bland. And I also have a good friend that's into fashion, and surprisingly, I got them into fashion when this particular show, House of Style with Ethel Clinch, was popular back in the days. Anyway, this friend is a good artist, a good sewer, and whatever else the case may be, and is huge into fashion, and they gave me some tips. One of the shirts I was going to say addiction, relapse, and recovery. And instead of having relapse a part of the recovery, take that out and just say addiction, recovery. Anyway, there are quite a few t-shirt companies here in the Arizona area that I've been looking into. And one company sparked my attention in regard to a shirt that I seen, or I think it was a hoodie. Anyway, I like the horizontal squares or whatever that was on the front. It was 3 of them in different colors, and in those colored blocks I was going to put addiction, relapse, and recovery. But now that I got some snippets on what to do and what not to do, I can still have those colored blocks and just take out the relapse part and have addiction, recovery. Either way it goes, I have a plan in regard to that particular shirt. The LLS shirt, Love, Light, and Support, I probably will have those, colored blocks. And love, I will have this symbol. Light, I will probably have a sun or something that represents light. Support, probably two hands joined together to represent the support part. And on the back of oneself and each other. And I want color to be a part of my apparel or y'all apparel. And the more that it catches on, and that's Alexa, the more that it catches on and hopefully sell, the more that I can work with different t-shirt styles and stuff like that. I definitely want my shirts to be unisex for my, pansexuals, LGBTQ community, whatever else the case may be. For my girls, of course, I want y'all stank. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all hoochie, but not to the point where it's prostitute. The stuff that I want to present for you guys is shit that I would wear. And I'm a big fan of Aaliyah, and I love the way Aaliyah dressed. And the female clothes will be geared towards her fashions in the way that her gear looked. Of course, my clothing will be, or y'all clothing will be, every size fits all, or whatever the case may be. Not every size fits all, but there will be apparel for all sizes, just put it that way. For the men, of course, I'm starting out simple with all sexes. But the more that I graduate in this particular field, the edgier I'm going to make my tops for you guys. But it's all going to center around love, light, and support, and addiction, relapse, and recovery. I will keep you guys posted. I will keep you guys posted in regard to my plans moving forward. When I talk to this particular t-shirt company that I have in mind, I will let you guys know what we talked about, designs and whatever else the case may be. What I really want is for my friend that's into fashion to design something in regard to the love, light, and support that I just told you guys about. The love symbol, something that represents light and two hands joined together, or something that represents support. My friend is a fabulous fucking artist, and I know that they can come up with something that will appease to me and to you guys as well. I'm also going to foreshadow what I told you guys about in a video, that I didn't think that I had anything to share with you guys as an appreciation for following me. And I do. I don't want to foreshadow too much, but I'm very serious into getting people out of their addiction relapse phase into their recovery phase, where magic happens, because it's happening for me. And I want us to be our healthiest. And I have something that's keeping me damn healthy. That's pretty expensive on Amazon and eBay and all of these other places. For a teaspoon of this shit, you're paying a lot of money. All I want is your honest stories in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery, and I will come off of what I have. I'm blessed to have this job, so depending on what my first paycheck looks like, I may be able to order the water form of what I have. I'm saying too much. I already have the other form of this particular something that's very beneficial for one's health. Anyway, enough of that. Remember, I uploaded some content in regard to source testing me in the form of a homeless person. I went to a session with Recovia earlier today, and Recovia is in the same area of this dispensary that I went to, that I seen that homeless person that was pushing the grocery cart that had their dog on top of a bunch of stuff. Anyway, after Recovia, I went to that same dispensary to pick up what I picked up, my motherfucking medication. And after I got done with everything, I was getting ready to leave, and I spotted Source once again in the form of that same homeless person with their dog around their neck, and they were picking up probably cigarette butts or whatever. Remember, I told you guys that I broke a $5 bill and I gave them 3. I was going to give them 2, but I ended up giving them 3. And they went to Wendy's, which is across from that dispensary, and bought themselves, and I'm pretty sure that dog, some breakfast. I felt like shit. Because I wanted to give them that whole 5, considering I had came into my job and whatever else the case may be. I'm blessed, so I could have gave them that 5, but I didn't, and I felt bad about that. Anyway, I had some change left over from when I was at the dispensary, and I ended up having a $5 bill, and I was going to pass Source up once again, but something told me not to, and I took out my wallet and I made eye contact with the homeless person, and I showed them that I had some money, and they came up to the car, and I was going to be like, you remember me, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that I had to do that. I think that my energy alone spoke for itself. And he had the biggest smile on his face. He was like, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. And hopefully what they're going to do, considering it's so hot outside, and they look like they could use a bite to eat and something to drink, them and their dog, hopefully they will take that $5 bill and treat themselves to something good to eat. Unfortunately, fast food is not the best, but for a person in his situation, yeah, I think that, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, there was something else I was going to share with you guys. Damn, it was right on the tip of my fucking tongue and I forgot it, me and ADHD. Anyway, I think I would end this here, and whatever comes to mind that I was going to tell you guys, damn, I hate this. Damn, there was something else I wanted to share with you all. Anyway, when it comes to mind, I would create another piece of content and let you guys know. But I'm going to end this and get ready to get up out of here. No, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Remember I told you all that I was in training for my new job at One Step Beyond Inc. And over the last weekend, either Friday or Saturday, I was doing something and I bent down to pick up something, and on the way up, and this happened to me on a couple of occasions, my back just went out to the point where I was in some excruciating pain. Not to tell my business, but to use the toilet and bend down to pull my pants up after wiping, that was so difficult to do that I had to get on my knees and maneuver my pants over my, it was horrible. I couldn't really do anything. And I was so mad. I'm going to admit I was mad at Source that it was happening, that was happening, considering that Monday I had to be at work and be there for these people, these intellectually challenged people, or these members. And considering the fact that when I went on a tour to each campus, I went through withdrawal or whatever the fuck I went through and got sick. I definitely did not want to start my fresh day at work going through issues. And the fact that I was going through back pain for whatever reason, I was over it. And I just prayed to Source that he get me through it. And that particular Monday, I was going through some pain. It took me an effort to get off of the futon. And that's another thing. I need better sleeping. I just need a new bed or whatever in general, because I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older. And I need comfortability for these old tired ass bones. But anyway, I had an effort to get off of the couch. I can imagine someone being semi-paralyzed and trying to get their body to maneuver and move or whatever, but you just can't. And that's how I felt. I felt half paralyzed. I didn't want to cry about anything. I didn't want to cry about anything. I wanted to be as strong for myself, like I wanted to be as strong for those individuals that I'm employed to look out for. I toughened up and I made it through. Source got me through it. I still went through pain, and I explained to my new place of employment what I was going through with my back, and they understood, and they were very compassionate about everything. But it wasn't about me at that point. It was about those individuals that I'm employed to seek after. And even through all of the pain that you guys know that have experienced back pain, it's no joke. Any wrong thing with the spine can cause cause you to be paralyzed or whatever. And I'm just glad that Source got me up that morning. Well, I'm glad that Source gets me up every morning, but I'm specifically glad Source got me up that morning and gave me enough strength to battle the pain and be there for those people that I'm hired to be there for. So thank you, Source, for testing me once again earlier today. I gave you that $5. I gave it to you, and hopefully you spent it on something decent for yourself and for your companion. Thank you for that test. And also thank you for allowing me to be there for those people, even while I was going through the pain that I was going through. Just thank you. I really do appreciate you giving me enough strength to make it through that Monday. Thank you. All right, you guys, let me get ready for my 12-step meeting. And until my next upload, namaste and happy sober living.